Hey there, folks, and welcome to the debut episode of Man Scout Monday. How's everybody doing out there in Streamland, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully you're clapping, you're applauding. I would have the curtain part and I'd walk out in a nice big suit with the Roots playing, but this is a different type of Tonight Show. This is a different type of late night show. This is a streaming show. This is a show that is produced by me. So if you see my eyes dodge over here for whatever reason, that's because I'm also my own producer right now. Welcome to the first ever Man Scout Monday, and thank you to each and every one of you guys that are here right now. I see you Kev G. I see you, Daniel Rayleigh, railing against the man, but not the Man Scout here on Man Scout Monday. David Canning, it's good to see you. Miles Kane, Bobby Hawkins. Oh, Bobby Hawkins over here. Timothy Walters. It's always good to see each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for the tremendous amount of support that you're giving me here. I cannot tell you guys how much it means to me that you're all here. Casey King, Brian Pettis, Aaron Board, John Dominguez. People are coming in right now. Thank you so much for just tuning in right now to the first ever Man Scout Monday. It already feels like a success to me because you guys are here. You guys are the people who are making and breaking this show, and I can't thank you guys enough. But the people that don't know about the show, the people who are not the cool kids at the cool kids table right now, you got to let them know to come over to probably the most unique, hopefully original. I don't know if it'll be the funniest thing. I'm going to try to be funny for this whole thing. I'm going to be trying heartfelt. I'm going to try and be unique. I'll be at least interesting. As I said in all of my lead up to this, if you are slightly enjoyed by my presence, I think you're going to like this show. I think you're going to like Man Scout Monday and everything that we present to you guys. So let everybody know. Hit that share button. If you're on Facebook right now, hit that share button. Let people know what's going on over at YouTube right now. From what I hear, if you want to watch us on your TV through YouTube TV or the YouTube app on your Roku device or Fire Stick or whatever, I hear it looks fantastic. I'm also streaming on IG right now. I know IG is basically a box like this, so you might not see some of this. So I do apologize for that. But pretty much the reason I'm on IG is to let everybody know to come over to Facebook Live or come over to YouTube or just get up in your face and let you know that the Man Scout's out there streaming on a multitude of different platforms here on Man Scout Monday. But Man Scout Monday isn't me just rambling on and interacting with you, John DiPietro, or you, Martin, or you, Brian Pettis, or you, Brian McAlby, Ryan Crosley. It's good to see you as well. Zach Goodwin, I also see you as well. But it's not just that. This is a very unique show. And like I said, if you want to use the hashtag MSN, Man Scout Monday, see, it all works perfectly. At me at Man Scout Manning on Instagram and Twitter. Let everybody know, like a multitude of different platforms. And, you might be asking, why this show? Desperation. That's why. That is the sole reason the show exists, is desperation. Because, I've been very fortunate to have a wonderful and great career for like the last 18 years of my life. I've been in professional wrestling for 18 years, but I have less than 15 minutes of screen time. And as a lot of you know, I made an appearance on AEW, and I was very thankful for AEW giving me a chance and opportunity. And a lot of people have come up to me like, hey, how's things going with AEW? Is that going to be a thing? Well, I don't think so. I don't know. Not hearing replies back. So I don't know if that's a no thank you or a maybe. I don't know what that is. They don't owe me anything. They don't owe anybody anything. They've got a lot of things to worry about. They got a new show they got to launch in August, but it's still my dream, and people have answers, and I don't have any, and I don't have any answers on what my career is going to be. But at least they gave me an opportunity. Like, I've messaged Ring of Honor before and MLW, and I've never gotten a reply back. Impact Wrestling gave me one reply one time when I'm like, hey, we think about booking me. And they're like, yeah, we know who you are. I don't know if that was a slight. I don't know if that was a dig at me. And obviously, like, I've tried multiple times to just break through, but, everybody knows me. Everybody likes me when I go to these places like an Impact or a Ring of Honor or an MLW. They're like, man, Scout, it's good to see you. And I'm like, hey, you want to put me on your show? And they're like, maybe. So I'm like one of these guys And there's a multitude of guys out there that are just on the bubble, of guys that you like, and just they need that little push to get over. And you know what it reminds me right now, where my career sits right now? My career kind of sits in the same place where Marc Maron's career sat before he started WTF. I remember Marc Maron doing like an interview one time and saying that he saw his future before his groundbreaking podcast. He saw his future being him touring sea-level rooms and dying alone in a hotel room someday. And I'll be honest, that's pretty much where I see my career headed right now, unless I do something unique, interesting, you know. And I feel like Colt Cabana changed the whole game with his podcast. I know people that book Colt just so they could get their name read on his podcast. Well, guess what? I've tried a multitude of different podcasts. And matter of fact, the Facebook page that I'm streaming on right now is used to be the Facebook page of 2 failed podcasts that I had. Also, too, a lot of people are doing Twitch streams. Well, I don't play video games. I don't have the time. I literally just got done doing an open mic after working a full day. And now I'm here doing a show for you guys. And I just feel like I need to do something different. And that's why this is going to be like a unique variety show. I'm just going to get on here and talk with you guys, but I'm also producing videos and skits and bits. And I've already filmed some of the stuff, and it's so wonderful and fantastic. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking about $5 wrestling. Don't worry. You're going to see some of your favorite $5 wrestlers on here. I know a lot of people are asking about, what about Dad, you don't work, you wrestle? Dad, you don't work, you wrestle? Meet George South is going to be on this program, and it's going to be insane. My friends are going to be in here. I'll possibly guest down the road. I'm going to have a lot of unique things. It's very hard to describe. The elevator pitch is early Letterman meets Chappelle Show meets BTE, because, you know, when you book the Man Scout, I'm going to be showing up with a camera. I'm going to be filming skits, and I'm going to help plugging your show and letting you guys know that you exist. So I'm just really tired of people telling me I'm not exceptional. This show is going to be exceptional. It's going to be exceptional because you guys tuning in every week and just interacting with everybody. I see you, Jonathan Green, Chaz Kahungus. It's good to see you as well. Gary Lee as well. Everybody, this is going to be a show for you guys. And I have worked very hard to pre-produce skits for you to enjoy. I don't want to drone on long enough, but I got to tell you, you guys make me feel exceptional. You guys make me feel special. You guys don't make me feel replaceable, or I should just be grateful for the money that I get, or just grateful to be around. You guys make me feel special. And that's why I want to do something special for you guys and try and produce a show every Monday, which after this past Sunday, spending all day Sunday editing and getting these bits ready to go for you guys. It's gonna be a lot of work. But I think I need to do something better. This is going to be my thing. This is going to be my art of wrestling. This is going to be my WTF. This is going to be the thing that I feel like is going to propel me past being that guy in the bubble, the guy that gets the maybe. This is going to be the thing that makes me get the yes. This is going to make promoters recognize me. And promoters are going to want to book me because they're going to want me there doing Man Scout Monday bits at their show to let people know the cool things that they got. Because there's a lot of great promoters out there that are just on the bubble of the Man Scout. Well, it's time to burst the bubble, guys, and let's start Man Scout Monday. And as I said, I am also the producer, so do excuse the fact that I keep looking over the computer screen. I see all of your wonderful comments, and I hope you guys are just as kind to all of the things that I have, because you're very kind to me. But I also want you to be kind to all the people that I present to you, because I'm going to present to you guys a myriad of characters that you're going to see on here. And, I lead with the heart. As you guys know, I lead with my heart in everything that I do. Like I do this show. I'm going to lead right now with a segment. That's right. This is going to be a recurring segment known as Mama Man Scout tells embarrassing stories about the one, the only Man Scout Jake Manning. So let's get into the first edition of Mama Man Scout tells embarrassing stories about the Man Scout Jake Manning. Here's segment number 1. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Okay. Is it going?
It's going.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Embarrassing stories of Jake. Years ago, my mom lived in St. Louis, so in order to see her, I would hop on a plane with the kids and go down to see her. Jacob was 2 or 3 or 4 right in. I think I was pregnant with Lindy, and Darcy was a year, and Jacob would have been 3 or 4. Anyway, we're landing in St. Louis, his first time on an airplane. And as you're coming in, you know, it's getting bumpy. It's a small plane. And we're getting close to we're on the runway. We've actually touched down. But the whole time, Jacob was getting nervous at the end. So he started, Mommy, I think we're going to crash. I said, no, Jacob, we're not going to crash. Mommy, we're going to crash. And he gets louder and louder. Mommy, we're going to crash. And all the people on the plane, you start to see they're gripping their handles of their seats, and they're all white-knuckled and the hair's in. Before we finally end up and stop, you know, that jerk stop that the plane does. He's like, Mommy, we're going to crash. And everybody on the plane is like completely silent and very upset. That was Jacob's first airplane ride.
And that's my mother, guys. She will have plenty of embarrassing stories to tell about me. And Mike Lombardi, I promise you, I will not do the same thing on my flight up to Connecticut this weekend for Northeast Wrestling Heat Wave in Waterbury, Connecticut. Thank you, Mike Lombardi, for buying me a flight. And I promise that I will not tell everybody that the plane is crashing upon landing, which... leave it to me. I make everybody nervous. I have an ability to make people nervous when we're already on the ground. I'm going to tell everybody we're going to crash. We're already on the ground. And typical me, I got to be a disruptor. I got to be a guy that just causing chaos wherever I go. But Mama Man Scout tells embarrassing stories. Will be a large part of the show. You'll see her from time to time. She's got some really good ones. I recorded them over a wonderful vacation I had. The first one I've had in a very long time with my family. So you're going to be seeing more of Mama Man Scout. As I said, I've got my mom on here. I got my dad, George South, on this program. You're going to see a multitude of different things. But as I said, I will be flying to Northeast Wrestling this Saturday for Heatwave Northeast Wrestling. And if you haven't been paying attention to Northeast Wrestling's social media, they just made a huge announcement just like a few hours ago. Cody Rhodes is going to be at Northeast Wrestling WrestleFest, I believe 25, Mid-Hudson Civic Center, August 14th. Tickets are available now. Northeast Wrestling. Cody Rhodes will be in the building, Mid-Hudson Civic Center. Go over there as soon as we conclude Man Scout Monday. And of course, for those of you who are interested in my comedy, I will be performing comedy tomorrow in Greensboro, North Carolina. More information about at Man Scout Manning. But, you know, this isn't just me sitting here plugging my upcoming shows and playing one little funny video of my mother. No, I'm getting out. I'm meeting the people. I've got burning questions to ask the audiences of professional wrestling. And here's a question that those of you who remember from VGT, every time I would sit down with a wrestler, like I didn't spend a lot of time like formulating questions. I had things I wanted to get to, but I really wanted to have conversations and engage them and just talk about whatever they wanted to talk about. But there was one thing that I always insisted that we talk about every time a VGT guest would come on set. And it is the burning question that I have. And it is a burning question that I took all the way to Bristol, Tennessee at Imperial Wrestling at their last event. And you're going to find out what that burning question is. And I asked a multitude of different people what the burning question is. So let's find out what I got to the bottom of in Bristol, Tennessee at Imperial Wrestling. Hey there, folks. This is the Man Scout Jake Manning. I'm here in Bristol, Tennessee at Imperial Wrestling to ask the age-old question, what is your Cracker Barrel order?
Got to go with the big breakfast, man.
Which one?
Depends on my mood. As long as it's got hash browns, though, I'm good.
All of them have hash browns. It's Cracker Barrel. What's your Cracker Barrel order? What's your Cracker Barrel order?
Grilled chicken tenders.
Okay, grilled chicken tenders, right off the bat. What's your sides?
Green beans and fried okra.
All right, what's your name?
The Iron Bear Tom Coffee.
All right, Iron Bear. Well, they don't have any bears on the menu, but what is your Cracker Barrel order?
Probably something to do with pancakes and eggs.
Most people got it right off the top of their heads,
Yeah.
but you know,
I mean, pancakes, eggs, you can't go wrong with that. You can't mess it up. If you do, you should be fired.
you're un-American. Yeah. What is your Cracker Barrel order?
Usually, if I go in the morning, I get the old timers breakfast with the hash brown casserole and all the fixes like that.
Yeah, I'm a country boy breakfast.
Yeah,
but what's your later in the day order?
The funny thing is, I've never been for anything later in the day. I've never been to Cracker Barrel that late, so it's usually in the morning.
Well, you got to get in there early, especially when it comes to Cracker Barrel.
yeah,
and you definitely got to. We always got wrestling shows to get to, so I've never been in a Cracker Barrel past 6 p.m. ever in my life. So- Man, he's going to take a long time for the second question. Sorry, but Beard hit the. It must have hit the mic, whatever. But anyways, what is your Cracker Barrel order?
All of it.
Oh, definitely meatloaf. Okay. But if I had a secondary, if I was in the mood, chicken fried steak
Good selection, sir. Good
with double mashed potatoes.
double match.
The more potatoes, the better.
Okay, very cool. I'm more of a hash brown guy, but I don't hate mashed potatoes.
But they're still potatoes.
Exactly.
So it's a win-win.
But we're two meat potato guys just hanging out here in Bristol. All right, tell everybody your name.
AJ Kazana, the legacy of professional wrestling, rookie
right.
of the century. I can keep going.
No.
No,
I don't want you to go too long. This is supposed to be a 30-second thing because I've low battery life. Regardless, AJ, I've been asking everybody this burning question all day long. What is your Cracker Barrel order?
Oh man, that's the the country boy breakfast usually.
Me too.
Country ham.
No,
You're not country ham. Wait, then you're not really a country boy, are you?
I get the steak.
That's a good one too. I forgot about the steak.
Yeah, see, you're not
grits or gravy.
Grits.
Both. What do you mean? What kind of answer was that? Both, pal.
And you're the one eating boiled ham. Congratulations. What is your Cracker Barrel order?
Dumplings, absolutely.
Just dumplings, that's it?
Yes, the chicken and dumplings, absolutely.
Okay, chicken and dumplings. You gotta be clear. There's a lot of dumplings. Somebody said they like the hash browns. I'm like, well, what else do you got here? So.
Well, you're right. Actually, you can get 4 orders of dumplings. You can get a vegetable plate, which is 4 sides, and you can do dumplings, and dumplings. Okay. And I have actually done that before.
All right.
And it's phenomenal.
Oh, my man, what's your name?
CJ Knight.
All right, CJ Knight. I'm guessing you go to Cracker Barrel at night, not during the day, but you can get breakfast then too. So, what is your Cracker Barrel order?
What's my Cracker Barrel order? Man, my Cracker Barrel order is obviously just a Southern fried chicken and green beans, and most of the thing, my special favorite size, a sweet potato pie.
Took you a while to get there, but you're enthused when you were. Pat, beard lice. That's a Cracker Barrel. That's a Cracker Barrel order. Beard lice. Fair enough. That's right. Inquiring minds always want to know, or at least my mind does, what's your Cracker Barrel order? Please, if you see me at Northeast Wrestling in Waterbury, Connecticut this Saturday, tell me your Cracker Barrel order. I am curious to know. that's the only thing I wanted to talk about with Kurt Angle. And apparently the chatter has been real big. I had Jonathan tell me he likes biscuits and gravy. And of course, he told me his later in the day order is country fried steak. A lot of country fried steaks. Also, a lot of chicken fried steak in here. I see you, Brian Pettis, right there, as well as Jonathan Green as well. Joel and Kylo. Didn't you used to take a bump or two? At least wrestle. Come on, Cracker Barrel is the place to go if you're a wrestler. Nick Alexander knows about hash brown casserole, and Nick Alexander works for a famous chef in LA. You know where all the celebrities are? Nick Alexander is a sous chef for a world-renowned chef, and he's talking about Cracker Barrel's hash brown casserole. So you take note, Joel and Kylo. And of course, we got a couple other people talk. Casey King over there. Hope your recovery is doing well. Talking about your Cracker Barrel order. Dumplings, and dumplings, Chaz Kahengas. You caught that. Just dumplings, Nick Alexander. KG is down for Kev G is down for boiled ham. I don't know how I feel about that. Mark Boyance, he's a country fried steak man. Joshua Cummings, you look like a boiled ham man for sure. John DiPietro likes the water at Cracker Barrel. Apparently they have the freshest of all the water. It's just Fiji water filtered over one of the filters they have hanging on the wall at Cracker Barrel. That's why the water tastes so good, John DiPietro. That's why. So who else we got in here like that? So, Jared, thank you so much for loving that segment. I thought it might have been a little too long, but apparently there's a little bit of love for it. Charles, my good friend, Charlie Dreamer is in the chat. Oh, I hope you're doing so. Charlie Dreamer, one of my favorite riding buddies, mostly because he was there for me when I was a big alcoholic and I would get super drunk and not be able to drive us home, but he was sober and always drove us home. Also, Charlie Dreamer, the best dad in the entire world. He is a grilled chicken tenders with string beans and double hash brown casserole. The hash brown casserole, it is the go-to item. It is hands down what you have to get when you go to Cracker Barrel. So Margaret Canning telling us she's got the hickory smoked ham. Okay, hickory smoked, as long as it's cooked and not boiled, because a lot of that Cracker Barrel is very much like that. Casey King saying that he likes the peach rings from the gift shop. Okay, well, I guess that counts to an extent. The general stores where David Canning does a lot of his Christmas shopping. Miles Kane just got a Cracker Barrel next to his house. Well, Miles Kane, get ready to enjoy the Country Boy breakfast every morning. Steak and eggs. You can't go wrong. I have steak and eggs all the time. Brian McEllerby is a chicken pot pie guy. Guys, I don't know what it is with pro wrestlers and pro wrestling fans alike when it comes to Cracker Barrel. All I know is they need to sponsor the show. I have sponsorships available. I can play your Cracker Barrel ad on this show, guys. I don't even have to do an ad read. You don't have to rely on me. You just send me the video and I play it, just like I did that free advertisement for you guys, because you put just enough seasoning on the steak to make it just bland enough, the way that this Midwestern boy likes it. That's the thing. That's the new joke I've been toying around with, and I've been saying for a while, and some of my coworkers seem to like it, is all Midwestern people, we like our food like a little bland. We don't put a lot of seasoning on it for whatever reason. And like if you get, Chinese food in the middle of the Midwest somewhere, they usually describe the Mongolian beef as hearty, and pad thai tastes wholesome. That's just how it is. But a lot of people coming in, Cracker Barrel, Sheetz, and Wawa. Well, Casey King, I think we need to reverse the Wawa and Sheetz on there, but that'll be another debate for another time. But I've got a lot of show that I got to get to you guys right now. Kind of the big debut of this whole program. As most of you know, I put it out on last week on social media that this will be a big world premiere, but I want to kind of take a step back, because one thing that I did during this pandemic is I wanted to keep myself out there, keep myself relevant, but also to work on some things I'm not really great at, or work on my weaknesses. One of the weaknesses that I have, one of the big knocks on me, when you see me walk through the curtain in a Boy Scout outfit, is that I can't be taken seriously. I've heard people say, I'm like, I can't put this guy in a main event. I only want people on my show that want to be in the main event. Well, guess what? Like, I'm just here to give people a good time. You know, I just want to put smiles on people's faces. I actually want to do it. I don't just say it. I actually want to entertain the people in a very unique way. I want to be memorable. I want to grab people in a certain way. I want people to talk about me in the car ride home. And that is where I wear the Man Scout outfit. But apparently people are like, it's a big knock on me. Like, we can't take something like that seriously. And I disagree. I think the goofier person is the person that you can take seriously. That's the person, you know, you least expect that's going to walk up in the middle of a party and punch somebody in the face. If anything, that's going to be more memorable than anything. So what I did with a good friend of mine, a good comic friend of mine, who's an amazing editor. He was just, anytime I threw out an idea to him, nailed every time. Brian Penn, he did a fantastic job with some promos, and one of them got a lot of traction. It got 20, 30,000 views on just Twitter alone. I was very happy with the first video we released, but then the second one, I think like maybe 3,000 people. It got maybe 3,000 views. Like it did not get the play that I thought it should and deserve. And Brian Penn worked very hard on it. And I pulled a lot of strings. I like kind of pulled a favor of mine with Joe Hunsicker, who runs the Blumenthal Arts Center, like all of the theaters here in Charlotte. And he gave me access to the beautiful Belk Theater, to film this just promo for an hour. Like he was kind enough to give this, and I felt like it should got a few more views. So I have another one that I'm going to debut a little bit later on, done by Spencer Bland, and we're going to talk about that next in the upcoming that promo. But I want to kind of lay the groundwork on what you're going to see here, so it just isn't so jarring. Is that I'm trying to do these artistic promos that are a bit more serious, a bit more edgy, something cinematic, something that adds layers to the Man Scout character. And that's something that I wanted to do over this pandemic. Since I couldn't have matches, I wanted to add layers to the character, possible layers to the character, and convey to people that I can do more than just make people laugh. I can make people scared. I can make people terrified. I can touch people emotionally. I can be serious. If anything, I can be way too serious. And this is a very unique promo, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And then after this one, we're going to do the world premiere promo, and some of you might not be my friend afterwards, but that one's a banger and a half. We'll get to that one next. But this one is a Brian Penn, Jake Manning collaboration entitled The Theater of the Mind. So we'll be back in just a little bit, and we'll talk about the next one. But enjoy The Theater of the Mind with the Man Scout Manning. We are always instructed to play to the last row. But if nobody's in the front row, does it even matter? See, for some, this is a weird occurrence. But for me, I've been screaming into the silence for years. So much, in fact, that the silence screams back at me. See, there's a select few that gets to go on and continue to live their dreams, while the rest of us have to beg for scraps in this new world. Now, how can I be one of those lucky few? What do I have to do to prove that I'm good enough, that I have enough talent? What do I have to do? Bust my head open on your kitchen floor just to prove to you that I have brains? One day, the ushers of this world will open up those doors. And I intend to be the first through, not the last. And when I walk through, I expect to find myself center stage, underneath the spotlights, getting the adulation that I deserve. And that's a promise Scouts honor. And there it is. Very harsh cut right there. I'm going to work on that with StreamYard, but that is the Theater of the Mind promo that I put together with Brian Penn a little bit earlier in the year. As I said, didn't get the attention that I felt it deserved. It's an incredible promo. Brian Penn did an amazing job. And I will probably do promos with him in the future. But something about me, I'm very open to different ideas about what the Man Scout could be. I feel like I've always been very open-minded when I'm like, hey, I see the Man Scout as this. And if it's something that I can connect with or something that resonates with me, I'll go forth with it. And that's why I get people like Brian Penn, who's not a wrestling fan. But, sometimes I'm interested in people who are wrestling fans or even just general fans, and how do they view me? I'll always take a little extra second to get the casual fans' opinion of what I do and kind of, what do they see? What did they connect to? And then, how can I adjust to find more casual fans to be interested in me and pull wrestling fans to wrestling? And that's kind of what I've always been interested in. And another comic friend who's a amazing and talented individual, editor, comedian, Spencer Bland, out of the Raleigh, North Carolina area. We've been friends for quite some time, and Spencer just started his journey in professional wrestling. He's trying to do what I'm doing in the sense of like being a really good comedian and being a pro wrestler at the same time. And he's just signing up for wrestling school very soon. He's been a fan of wrestling for a while, but he's been doing an amazing job of promoting Neptune's comedy out of Raleigh, North Carolina. So if you live in the Raleigh, North Carolina area and looking for some good comedy, go follow Neptune's comedy on Instagram or Facebook or wherever. Him and Jordan Scott Huggins, who I just saw last night, open up for Sean Finnerty. He's Scottish or Irish. I have a hard time saying his last name, but he's super funny. Regardless, Jordan Scott Huggins and Spencer Bland, they produce some amazing comedy out in Raleigh, North Carolina. I highly recommend that you check them out. But Spencer, much like me during the middle of this pandemic, took a big step out. Spencer Bland started his own production company and is doing an amazing job. It's called Make It Bland Video Services. And he kind of wanted to branch out and see if he can do like these cinematic professional wrestling promos. He saw some of the ones I did before, and he had a vision. He had an idea. I had a promo with some ideas, with some camera things that I wanted to do. And I go, this is what I'm looking at. And then Spencer's like, I go, how about this? And how about we do this? And we just kind of bounced some things back and forth. And he kind of took some creative liberties that I was like, ooh, I don't know if that was quite what I saw, but I'm more interested in a collaboration of a vision of what you think the Man Scout is. And I merely presented, and then he saw something different. So maybe you're going to see something that I may not have seen. You guys might like it. And if it is, I'll expand it. But this is all about creating layers, doing something different with the Man Scout character, proving the Man Scout has layers. It's not a one-dimensional comedy gimmick. No, there's far more to the Man Scout. And that's what these promos are about, and letting you guys know. And that was one of the things that was really tough. Well, my schedule being so busy at High Spots, I wasn't able to do creative and interesting things like this. And I took some time in the middle of this unemployment while looking for a job. I took the time to get up with Spencer and really create something that I'm very proud of. And I'm very thankful for Spencer as a friend, but I'm also thankful that he's an extremely talented individual. And I'm very happy that you guys are here right now to check this world premiere video out. And this video is entitled Toyetic. You've heard that thrown around a lot. The idea is this character toyetic? Can I make a toy out of this guy? That's kind of the thesis statement of this entire video. So this is going to be a world premiere video here on the debut episode of Man Scout Monday, world premiere Toyetic.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty, to obey the Scout law. On my honor.
I used to tell people all the time the reason I became the Man Scout is because I'm a big fan of the characters of professional wrestling. Well, that was a lie. I did it for the money. See, this gimmick is just goofy enough, just silly enough that a publicly traded company could slap it on any piece of merchandise and mass produce it. I did it for you, Vince McMahon. And you couldn't even give me a gray property of shirt. Not even once. In fact, somebody tried to steal this ingenious idea and present it to you. But he didn't have enough talent to make an impact in this business. I did it for you too, TK. You got toys now too. I am literally wearing $1 million idea right now. I don't have merit badges on my chest. No, I have $100 bills. Everybody talks about how there's so money now. I've been making millions of dollars for somebody else for almost 2 decades. And there's probably a drop-down menu somewhere that supports that. My skills are far more vast than you can possibly ever comprehend. I'm also good at Adobe Creative Studio Pro, Excel, Final Cut, and a multitude of other softwares you use.
So that's it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we're gonna keep your resume on file for 90 days, and we'll get back to you.
Do you want my resume?
I think we've got it. We've definitely got it.
No, you don't. I got it right here.
We've definitely got it. I'm pretty sure we've got it. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and take that with you. Thanks for coming in.
Well, there it is, guys. World premiere Toyetic promo. This is a Make It Bland joint that I did with Spencer Bland. Let me know what you think about it. Looks like David Canning, you dig it a lot. Anthony Esposito, it's good to see you pop up here. Evan Pitfield, nice to know that I sexually aroused you in the middle of that promo. Mark Boyance, you really dug that promo as well. Chaz Kahanga says it was super cool. Anthony Esposito asks, cult/scout leader. That's kind of what I was going through for a lot of these. Joel and Kylo, has the Man Scout ever been dark? Well, believe it or not, Joel and Kylo, I've actually have an all black Man Scout gear that I've always wanted to take the Man Scout in a darker direction for somebody if they had an interesting story to tell with it. So I've got the gear ready to go dark whenever need be. So I'm always ready for something sinister when it comes to the Man Scout character. I'm open to ideas. Looks like David will not be sleeping tonight with the lights off tonight. He's going to be turning all the lights on while he sleeps tonight. Old brick wall himself, Dan Souza, really dig that promo. I appreciate it so much. Of course, Nick Alexander all the way out there on the West Coast. Big Donnie's in the feed right now, guys, watching on YouTube right now, probably seeing this saw that amazing promo in wonderful, fantastic stream HD. Charlie Napier loved it. Kev G, thank you so much. Great swerve. Thank you so much, Kev G, for all that love. John D. Pietro, you need therapy. I need to make enough money so I can go back to therapy. Because right now, this is all I've got. Eli Eifert, thank you so much for letting me know that you liked it as well. Miles Kane, love that you're in here and you enjoyed it. John, thank you so much as well for seeing Bradley Robbins. Tommy O'Neill, very funny comic who actually ran a comedy festival in Des Moines, Iowa. Tommy O'Neill let Tommy Morgan that we got some fun going on over here. Also to tell Tommy Morgan Jr. that he still has his parents still have the best pizza place in all of Des Moines, Iowa, and feel free to plug it whenever he wants Thomas Simpson. Thank you for tuning in here tonight and supporting me very early on in my career. Thank you, John Sokolsky. John Sokolsky, for telling me that was a good promo. John Sokolsky, if I could make you a sandwich with capiculo and with some nice, good, like Italian bread, and then we smush it with a panini. I'd double smush it, and I'd call it the Sokolsky, and then sell it to people like, this sandwich is based off of a good man named John Sokolsky. The man is good. Ooh, this sandwich, all the meats, all the Italian meats with mozzarella, double smush in a double panini maker. That's the Sokolsky if I had a deli. Looks like Juice. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. Got a lot of YouTube viewers here tonight for the shout outs like that. But also, too, guys, don't forget to put hashtag MSM for Instagram and especially Twitter. Let's get some talk on Twitter about how you think about the show. You know, this show is probably going to be about, a half an hour. We're a little bit in overtime tonight because it's a debut episode. I just wanted to pace things out and see how it's going. So it's been fun interacting with all of you guys right now, especially Tommy O'Neill, who just let me know that Felix and Oscars in Des Moines, Iowa. Anyone who's passing through Des Moines, Iowa, go to Felix and Oscars if you want the best pizza around. Yeah. And thank you, Laura Lyons, so much for tuning in here tonight. I just, I'm very touched. It seems like we've held the viewership up through the entire program. I'll take a look at the numbers, and we'll go from there. But this promo that just debuted, it will be on my social media tomorrow. And the Man Scout, Monday experience doesn't have to end even like tonight. As soon as I log off, I'm going to post this Toyetic promo on my social media tomorrow. It's going to be on my Twitter, my Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. And go ahead, share it with everybody, retweet it to everybody, repost it in your story. Let people know that I saw this before the rest of you saw this. I saw something incredible in the Man Scout before the rest of you did, because I tuned in to the debut episode of Man Scout Monday. Each and every one of you guys, you've made this an amazing evening for me, and I'm going to continue to make this every Monday an amazing evening for you. But like I said, we're in a little bit of an overtime right now. I knew I'd probably run about 45 minutes on the first ever program. I'm going to keep it to about a half an hour because I don't want to keep you guys late. Then all your bosses are going to get up with me like, why are you making John Sokolsky stay up so late? We need him here. We have a sandwich named after him in the cafeteria, the Sokolsky, and he's not even here. We're going to have to take that sandwich away from him in the cafeteria. But regardless, guys, this has been an amazing show. Let everybody know how much fun we have. And then, of course, next week, I got a lot of fun things in store. I'm toying with the idea, but I probably will. I'm probably going to share some of my stand-up clips. A lot of you guys ask all the time, like, hey, Jake, do you have any clips of you doing stand-up? Well, I've prepared some clips for me doing stand-up because I'm very guarded when it comes to my stand-up because I feel like it's still a work in progress. But, another reason why the show exists is because I did an episode with now viewer Kev G. We did an episode of Get High and Watch Wrestling. I did not get high. I just watched the wrestling. That was my part of the show. And Ron Funches was found out I did stand-up comedy. He goes, why don't I know this? I like you. I'm a fan of you. Why, as a stand-up comedian, don't know that you, Jake Manning, a wrestler that I like, has done stand-up for 5 or 6 years? Well, that's kind of what the show's about, is to let you guys know everything that I'm doing. And you guys are going to know about my stand-up. You're going to know about the shows I'm on. You're going to know about all the projects I'm working on. This is going to be the one-stop shopping for the Man Scout Jake Manning every Monday. You guys are going to hear it first because you guys, you're the ones who supported me here on my first episode. And I'm going to do my best to come back every week. And like I said, you're going to see some $5 wrestling type content. You're going to see stand-up. You're going to see debut promos that I might have for upcoming shows. Maybe I'll cut maybe I'll have a big match August 14th for Northeast Wrestling, Mid-Hudson Civic Center. One of the biggest shows in Northeast Wrestling history. Maybe I'll have one of the biggest matches on the show. I don't know. They just announced Cody. Who knows? You might see an internet graphic with us together. I don't know. There's a lot of great wrestlers on that show. I feel like I'm one of them. And, you know, you might see a world premiere of a video that I cut on one of those guys here on Man Scout Monday. Actually, you will. If I'm booked in a fantastic match for Northeast Wrestling, you guys are going to get the world premiere here because I'm awarding you guys because you're here. You stayed up later on a Monday night, but let's get out of here. Guys, make sure you follow me on social media at Man Scout Manning on Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you like this Facebook page, share this Facebook page to let people know all the fun that we have. You guys have done a fantastic job of getting the word out. The viewership's been tremendous throughout the entire program. And from the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you guys enough. But we'll do this again next week. And thank you so much for tuning in tonight for the debut episode of Man Scout Monday as I casually get to the end graphic and figure out how I'm going to end the program and end the broadcast. But let's just play the closing video. Let's play the closing video one more time. You might see me pop back up again, but we'll get to it all again. So we're gonna close it off with the intro song, which, by the way, big shout out to Sarah from Marty and Sarah Loves Wrestling for my intro song. I plugged her on social media. I want to give her a big shout out as well. Without her, she's the reason why this show seems legit. So big thank you to the future Mrs. Marty DeRosa. Sarah Shockey, thank you so much. And your good friend Tyler, who are part of your comedic band, for doing this video. I should have plugged you right at the top, but I'm going to give you all the love in the end. As long as the rest of you, have a good night, and I'll see you next Monday.